Welcome to another segment of Recovery Live Global. Man, I am so excited. I am so excited. I got Dr. Mandingo in the house on Recovery Live Global. Man, and I got an opportunity to come out of the studio and she welcomed me in her beautiful home. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful place. I like those glasses, man, that smile. You are something else. And I thank God that he allowed me to, and you allowed me to grace your presence with this interview.
And don't forget to tell them that I'm 96. In April, I'll be 97.
You tell them that with your camera.
Oh, okay. Well, I was telling him that he needs to let everybody know that I'll be 97 on April the 17th.
97. You know what?
Yes.
God, you know I don't believe those stuff. You lied on TV.
No.
But anyway, I have the Dr. Mandingo in my presence today. And it's so nice that you would take time out to let Recovery Live Global come into your home, come into your room, and have some conversation with you. 97, man.
Well, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah. And I was just thinking, you have been contributing to the art of substance abuse, co-occurring mental health for a long time. And I can remember, I can remember there was a time that trauma informed care wasn't out, and you was doing it back then
Right,
through drama therapy.
right.
Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Well, the in let's see, 1960, in 1969, I was the first woman director of Brewster Center.
Oh, Brewster Center.
Yeah, Brewster Center.
Okay.
And I was with the Recreation Department. Before then, I was the citywide dance director
Okay.
and the first black civil service, because I passed the civil service test to
Okay.
be the dance director for the city.
Okay.
And which meant I produced a lot of, children's shows, the big pageants
Okay.
and what have you, in the summer and in the winter time.
Okay.
And then I'm an artist too. Was I went to Wayne State and got my BA degree is in art education.
Wow.
So I was an art teacher.
I seen a card with your name on it one time, and it was some letters behind your name.
Oh, I got
When I seen your card, I seen them letters. How many letters was behind that name? It was like letters on top of letters. How many?
I know it was I'm a registered drama therapist.
Okay.
I'm a hypnotherapist.
Yep.
Yeah, I do hypnosis.
Hypnosis. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's layer it up now. You say you're registered. Started with what therapist?
Drama therapist.
Drama therapist, and then you also does hypnosis therapist.
Yeah, I'm a hypnotherapist.
Okay.
And of course, I have the substance abuse credentials, because I moonlighted doing that because most of my work was in the arts.
Okay.
And back in 1969, I had written a proposal and submitted it to New Detroit, because the arts had been taken out of the schools.
Okay.
Don't you remember when they quit having art classes?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the music and the drama and all of that. And so I had taken note of that, but I had received my bachelor's degree in art education in 19 48.
40?
Yeah, 48.
Okay, 1948, you received your bachelor's
Yeah,
in art education.
right.
That's why I seen all them letters behind your name.
Well, that was only one thing,
Okay,
and I don't even list that.
okay,
The things that I got registered in are all those letters. It's like I'm an acupuncture detox specialist.
acupuncture,
Acupuncture.
detox specialist.
Right. I was one of the first to be trained in Michigan. There were 60 of us
Okay,
that were trained in Michigan to use that technique with substance
are
abusers.
they still using that technique now?
Oh, yes.
Acupuncture detox
This,
specialist. Okay,
right. There's a whole organization. And I think the doctor that started that died. I think he's dead, because he was older than me
okay,
at the
okay,
time.
okay.
It's like there's nobody older than me.
Wow. Okay, okay.
But at any rate, let's see, where was I? My memory comes and goes
Well, I
sometimes.
mean, it's look like it's coming. It ain't going. For you, we just thank God for you accepting this interview. Man, that you could just sit here and just talk about things
Well,
that
I'm happy to
that's a
do it.
legacy.
Yeah. Well, I was the first black in many instances. Like I was the first black dance director for the city of Detroit.
Okay.
And I passed the civil service exam for that. See, when I went to work for the city in 54? Yeah, in 1954. No, not 54, 45. In
Hmm.
1945,
That was 80 years. Wait a minute. 45? That was 80 years ago?
I know. I
Okay.
was young then.
Okay. Yeah, so you went to work for the city as a dance director?
No, I went to the city as a play leader because I didn't realize that my bachelor's degree would put me in a different position. So when I went to the civil service looking at the test, it said for play leader, and I should have taken a test for recreation instructor
Okay.
because I had the credentials, but I
Okay.
didn't realize that.
Okay.
And so, but at any rate, I worked my way up.
Okay.
See, when I got into the job, I found out I had to teach dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know nothing about that.
Okay.
So I started to study dance,
Okay.
and so I was working 40 hours a week and studying dance 18 hours a week.
Okay.
And so really when the dance director for the city, she left, retired or something, she wasn't old,
Mm-hmm.
but she quit. I had the credentials and the experience to take over that position.
Wow. Okay.
So I was
Okay.
the first black citywide dance director. And
Wow.
that meant that all of the other teachers throughout the city, I trained them.
Okay.
That
Okay.
was part of
Well,
my.
did that include modern dance, all
Oh,
types of dance?
that's right.
Okay.
Afro-Cuban, folk, ballet,
Wow.
and modern.
Okay.
And so, but I was like working 40 hours a week and studying 18 hours a week in dance. And that was because I saw that we had to teach dance. And I said, I don't know nothing about that.
But your position called for it, and you almost went back to school on your own.
No,
To
what I said was, if I gotta teach dance, I gotta know dance.
okay,
And that's when I started to study the
okay,
different dance forms.
okay,
Like I studied ballet on Woodward Avenue. There was a studio that there was a ballet teacher named Nicholas Zukalov.
okay,
And I trained with him. And I was old too. When I say old, I mean I was in my late 20s and what have you. But I said I can't do this job and not know what I'm doing. And so when the dance director left, retired or quit or whatever, I was the only one in the department that had any kind of credentials to take that position.
okay.
And so I did, and that it entails doing the choreography for the musicals that we did back then.
Man,
Like we did a couple of musicals a year, and we used to do them down on the foot of Woodward
mm-hmm,
and in the various playfields
mm-hmm.
around the city. But at any rate, being an artist, I designed the costumes and stuff for the shows.
Wow, okay,
And
okay,
see, the thing was, when I got my degree, I didn't want to teach school. I wanted to be a dress designer. And so that's what I did early
mm-hmm.
in that's one career that I had.
So wait a minute, how many careers?
No, I told you, there's a lot.
A lot of different careers
Yes,
down through the line.
through the years.
So when you think about the different careers, you said it was the dancing, the counseling, the acupuncture therapy.
Yeah, the counseling came late, and that came late. But before that, like I was the first citywide dance director
Okay,
for the city. And that meant that I did the choreography for the shows. I designed the costumes for the shows. These were children's shows
okay,
that I was in charge of.
mm-hmm.
But the city special activities department, became a member of that because they had a drama director, a music director, and a dance director.
Okay,
And we used to produce local adaptations of Broadway musicals.
mm-hmm. For the younger people.
Yeah,
Okay,
with the younger people. See, there was the Civic Center chorus that was run by the music director. There was the Civic Center dancers. That was me. And there was the city drama director. And the three of us really formed that special activities division of the city. And
okay,
we used to produce these musicals, like we did The King and I and South Pacific and on and on, that, with the different
so you
shows.
think drama?
And so,
You think drama and therapy is a art that can help people
oh,
coming through?
I know it does. I practiced it.
Okay,
I know it does.
okay,
There's something, one of the things that I learned along the way that has to do with the mind, and that's, when you're doing therapy, you're dealing with the minds of people.
mm-hmm.
And with the hypnosis, I learned a lot about the mind because people don't do much talking about it. The subconscious mind.
Okay,
See, like in the subconscious mind, It's the memory bank for everything. Every word you've ever spoken, everything you've ever done is stored in your subconscious.
And you could bring that back, the good part.
Right.
Yeah.
You can bring in, but you as a person, all of that memory of, people that you interviewed like me, all of that stored in your subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
And, but like the subconscious does not really know the difference between right and wrong. It doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined.
You said the subconscious
The
don't know that
subconscious,
part.
yeah, you don't know that part. And the science in the field of the mental field doesn't know that much about the subconscious either.
Okay.
Mostly the people who do know about the subconscious are the people who are involved with hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got a diagram that shows the stages of the mind. And what each stage does.
Mm.
But at any rate, I could talk about that all day.
Wow.
And
That's
so,
your area.
well,
Yeah,
that's one of my areas.
that's one of the areas. When you think about it, you told me that I don't know what they call you know, people that's been in the field and been in the field for years and years and years. I mean, what do you think that we can lend to these newbies or newcomers or new masters or new counselors or new therapists? I mean, what can we say to the new social work field, counseling field?
Well, the thing is that it's the field's knowledge is very limited. But that's because there are not all that many people like me who, when I see something that's needed, I try to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did with the dance thing. And then that's a lot of what I did with the therapy, you know. And the way I got into that was there's a woman named Alma Parks, and she was my drama director. Remind me to go back about that too, because that's a real important
She
thing.
worked at Salvation Army.
Yes,
Alma Parks.
Alma Parks.
I met her.
Well, that's where we started. You had to meet me too back then because she's the one that drew me into the drama therapy. I didn't want to be bothered with I had enough on my plate. But in 1969, the Detroit Model Cities program was going on. You remember that, don't you? The
60.
Model Cities program?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was a 5-year program where the different areas they gave money to improve in hopes that they would be able to continue on after. But it's like what you call the quote unquote one of those poverty programs
Mm-hmm.
that have been prolific back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So at any rate, where was I? Oh, in 1969, I was the first woman, black, to head a major recreation center. I was the first woman director of Brewster Center.
Okay.
That's where Joe Louis came out of Brewster Center.
Okay.
And,
Wow.
and then
You done reached way back there now.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, great. Joe Louis had long been retired, though, by that time. But I was the first woman director of Brewster Center and the first black woman to run a major center in the city because
Okay.
I had like 45 employees in the
Okay.
wintertime.
Okay.
That like there was a swimming division, in the building and
Mm-hmm.
what have you. And then there was the play field, and a lot of the famous ball players, basketball players, used to come there and practice
Okay.
back then.
I mean, what do you see today that could be added to the new curriculums? For the people that's coming today. You being back when a lot of this was, directing a lot of the programs back then. What do you see
Right.
today that we can say to the, wow, I guess a baby boomer is a young person to you.
Well, the thing
What?
is that you have to make up your mind that you want to do something.
Okay.
And if you get a position where you can do something, you take advantage of that and you do it. And
Okay.
that's what most people don't do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most people get a job and they just get that job and draw that paycheck, but they don't think of things that are going to,
That the position will allow them to do.
right,
Wow.
to
Okay.
improve and, do the kind of like when I went to Brewster as the director, Brewster was like in a shambles. The community wasn't coming to it. In other words, it needed a lot of work. And so in I brought Brewster back
Mm-hmm.
to the
Mm-hmm.
importance that it had in back in the day.
Okay. So you said a mouthful that if life would allow you to be in a position, take advantage of that term in that time.
Right.
Because a lot of people get the position but don't do the work.
And they don't do nothing.
And they don't do nothing. But if you ever allowed, or I'm a just say God allowed you to be in that position,
Yes.
because it ain't really man, it's the bigger picture. If you be allowed to be in a position, then what you're saying and what we're communicating to our audience is take advantage of the position by doing something for your people, doing something for your
Improve.
culture, improving something for the stigma, improving something for something. I mean, take advantage of it
Making
because
something better because Brewster was terrible. It was drug laden. It had, it was terrible. And when I went there, like the guy that was the head of the center was jealous because I got that position over him.
okay,
And so what he did, he got with all the little thugs that were
okay,
around and said, we need to get her out of here.
wow,
So my life was in danger
and threaten.
for over a year. I had a convertible. I had a little 57 Thunderbird convertible. Like they cut the top all the way around. So in other words,
They cut your car up.
I
Yeah.
come out of work and there is my convertible top is laying on the seats.
Okay.
But at any rate, I worked with, at that time, the police commissioner
Oh wow.
was Ray Gerardin.
Okay.
And somebody told me to talk to him. I went to see him, and he assigned a detective undercover
To you.
to me.
This is a good time for us to take our station break. We're going to take a station break right here, and
Okay.
we'll be right back
All right.
with the next phase of Recovery Live Global.
The opioid epidemic still exists across all zip codes and without boundary, but there is hope, and there is help. The Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network offers treatment, prevention, and recovery resources for those struggling with addiction. Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network has trained clinicians that will talk with you and get you connected to the help that you need. We will help you on your recovery journey. Call us anytime, 24/7 at 800-241-4949. We are here to talk, here to help.
I'd like to welcome you back to Recovery Live Global. We're here today with Dr. Mandingo. So much wealth of information. She told me during the break we could go on and on and on.
Right, all day.
And all day. She said all day. But I like to, I am so glad that God allowed me to come in and to your home and just talk to you about life and the community and the systems, education. Dr. Mandingo, that's an earned doctorate.
Right.
You probably earned it on more than one platform.
I did.
Oh, well, then that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So now, given that, if you had something that you wanted to leave our community with, you on Recovery Live Global Television, and it's people looking at this show from New York, Atlanta, even Africa.
Fantastic.
What could you say? Where's her camera? It's right here. Look into that camera and just give it to us. We don't have another 3 hours, but give them what you got.
Okay.
Give them what you got.
Well, to bring it up current, I became the most powerful Black woman in the arts in the country. I was with the State Arts Council for 12 years.
Okay.
And then I was moonlighting doing the therapy.
Okay.
And but being with the State Arts Council, it gave me an opportunity to do things for Black artists.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I went to the council, out of a $6 million budget, only $60,000 was going to minorities across the state.
Out of $6 million, only that?
Out of $6 million budget. And so at any rate, I helped to working with Senator Holmes,
Mm-hmm.
who's passed. I was able to change that,
Mm-hmm.
So that Black artists who wanted to come in and apply were able to get money for their programs.
Okay. Okay. Well, we thank you for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if nobody came and said thank you. You know what I'm saying? I know they probably have.
Yeah.
But we want to even come back at this stage of the game,
Right.
and just say thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, I was with the council for 12 years.
Okay.
I could have been the director of the council, but I chose to focus on the substance abuse.
Okay.
In other words, I retired from the council in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
I was there 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
The only Black on the staff, Black manager on the staff of, 5 white men.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to see to it that Black artists in the state of Michigan were accommodated.
Amen. Amen. So I can say, like they used to say, you was a trailblazer.
Well, I was in charge of the money that went to the Michigan Opera Theater, to the music hall.
Using music hall, opera theaters.
Yeah, I was in charge of the money that went to all of the symphonies around the state, the art museums around the state, the the drama theater companies around the state.
Mm-hmm.
I was in charge of that money
Okay.
when I retired. $7 million.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well then, hey, I'm gonna I don't know if I could do it, but Brother David told me to shake your hand. I need this picture. I need a picture of this right here. So you will have to capture this one for the cover. Yeah, a picture just sitting here on your couch, shaking Dr. Mandingo's hand and encouraging you and saying thank you for your efforts and thank you for your tenacity and thank you for all that you have done down through the years for the community, substance abuse, music, dance, just so many platforms and so many areas that you have impacted our lives. There's a lot of people out there, when I say your name, they remember you. And
Yeah.
these people remember you. They said that what you did for them happened over 30 years ago.
Right.
And it have impacted their lives even today. And a lot of them is movers and shakers in the programs and directors of programs and CEOs of programs. And D-Win wasn't even thought about back then. But right now, D-Win is the going facility that's overseeing the total Wayne County.
Oh,
And so they've asked me to interview providers of D-Win. And you not with D-Win,
Right.
but I'm going to say you with them because a lot of the people that working in D-Win and doing facilitating programs up under D-Win, you gave them they first. I mean, you gave them their initial.
Right.
So I want to say thank you so much. And I say this has been another segment of Recovery Live Global. I'm sitting here with the Dr. Mandingo. Hey, husband. The Dr. Mandingo Burton
Right.
here with me today. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Look, at I
And thank you.
Thank you. I really am pleased with this because I thought that I was going to die and nobody would know.
What?
Yeah.
Well, well, hey, God fixed it that we could capture some of this. And who knows? We may have to come back and capture another segment because you said it's more and more and more.
Oh, yeah. Because
Yeah.
back in 1969, I had $750,000 a year for 5 years from HUD to run a multidisciplinary arts organization, Metro Arts.
That was in what year?
Huh? 1969.
3 million. Come on, 3 million to 69.
No.
Boy, that's a big.
It was $750,000 a year.
$750,000 a year in 1969.
Yeah.
You was moving and shaking back then.
Right.
Okay. Well, we thank you. And this concludes our Recovery Live Global show with Dr. Mandingo Burton.
And my first
And
name,
we love you.
my first name is Amelita.
Amelita,
Yes, Amelita.
say Doctor. You could say it. You say Amelita.
Amelita Mandingo Burton.
Got you. Thank you.